Hi Capricorn, this is your reading for the week of September 29th. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a lot in your chart, and won't be for everybody. And it might not be just for now. So I'm getting a lot of interesting things here for you. The first thing is the song from Van Morrison, back from the 80s, Whenever God Shines His Light on Me. Basically, when I look up in the darkest night, puts my feet on higher ground, heals the sick and the lame, helps me see clarity. Basically, it's talking about really relying on divine God, divine energy. Now, what you're getting here, Capricorn, I'm feeling that this is relevant because this song is about clarity, being guided, leaning into God. So what I'm feeling here, what I'm looking at here is that there may be an issue where some structure in your life has kind of broken down. And a structure can be a way of thinking, a job, a relationship, basically anything where we are in connection to a function or a group of people. It's a structure. A belief structure is also something. So it's an attachment to something that has some kind of operating system in our life or creates that. Now, what I'm getting as a first card for you is the value card, and I'm getting betrayal card. So I'm looking at this going, okay, have some of you potentially been in a situation where you have felt betrayed? Something has created a breakdown in a structure, and that there is a part of you that is really resisting that. It may have been something that has been building, that the structure may have been under resistance and may have been there may have been a lot of pressure within the structure or on the structure from without. And that resistance can only last for so long before it either explodes or implodes. So what I'm feeling is either something has for some of you, or you're feeling like it's about to. And what you're being asked to look at is, what are your feelings about this? Are you looking at this in a way where you're feeling like you've been let down? And it could be let down by a person, a company, an organization, a religious organization. It could be by God. You could be feeling let down by spirit. But what they're asking you to look at is, can you reevaluate what betrayal is for you? Can you reevaluate any kind of, not just betrayal, but any kind of negative judgments you may have about what's happened and how it's happened? And are you taking it personally? They're asking you to look at, are you taking it personally? Or can you look at this and say, perhaps this was done with good intention, or this was done, that's one option, or this was done out of somebody else's emotional or financial insolvency, okay? You're being asked to look at forgiveness in a way where you're not, name what you think the offense is, but then say, okay, you know what? I'm going to step back and I'm going to get curious about it rather than just getting very positional about it and blaming somebody for it. Because this feels like, by staying in present moment and looking at it with that attitude, and you've got the head over heels in love card here, which works perfectly with Whenever God Shines His Light on Me, the song. What you're being asked is really stay in the moment. And, just take a chance that by looking at it in a new light, you might actually find release and relief from whatever agitation you have and disappointment and negative feelings that you have about this situation. Because the reality is, now you've got childhood prayers. So again, you've got the prayer card. So this could be dealing with something from the past. This could be dealing with a situation from your past. But it could be asking you now, in this case, look at it now from a different perspective than you would have as a child. Allow your emotional element to grow up, because this particular card, the childhood prayer card, it's asking you to change how you pray. It's asking you to turn it into the feminine gender. Now, that may not be relevant in this case, but the fact that it's asking you to pray differently and to look at God differently and to identify virtue differently and to look at betrayal differently and to look at forgiveness differently. This is all about looking at things from a different point of view and leaning into the understanding and the belief that we are divine, that there is divinity at play in our lives, and that everything we go through has the opportunity to teach us something and grow us more into that divine space and that higher energy. So please, as you're looking at this, take a chance that this is actually a great, great freedom, because you have got, it's literally almost like you've got two sides here. You've got virtue, betrayal, resistance, structure. Then you've got responsibility, which is the ability to respond. Then you've got risk success, that you're doing this right, that looking at this in this way is going to be the right thing for you. Forgiveness, using your senses, present time, God's head over heels and loves, and childhood prayers. It's really, really quite clear. And you've got the grace card, which I love. Grace is not earned. Grace is a state in which we receive for no apparent reason a divine influence, which strengthens us in a way that eases whatever problematic or miserable state we find ourselves. Grace needs only to be accepted in order to be received. Capricorn, this could be a real turnaround point for you. This could really, really be something. And it's interesting because as I'm reading the cards, it doesn't feel super heavy. It feels familiar and it feels old, but it doesn't feel super heavy. So what I'm feeling is this really is an opportunity for you to take this to another level. The image that I'm getting is you've already come up several steps around this way of thinking or attitude or situation. And now it's literally just a few steps before you get to a landing, and you have a whole new view, not just of the world around you, but of yourself in relation to it. Okay? This is great. Good for you, Capricorn. Take care.